Welcome back, guys. I'm super excited for this one because we're gonna play not a horror game, but the Stanley Parable. Oh yes, I wanted to play this game for very long, way before I started YouTube. Super excited. I've seen it on Steam. It was like discounted. It was like only $10 or something. So I just had to get it. So without a lot of ranting, Stanley Parable. Let's jump straight into it and get going. Come on. All right, I probably have to check. Occasionally, I have to check if my GPU is totally overwhelmed with the game and recording, as always. No, actually not. Please adjust the slider to the computer is barely visible. What is barely to them? That's literally barely. I don't like it being too dark. Enter the current time. 10:50. Oh. Okay. You can probably hear the clicking because I still haven't adjusted everything. It's a pain in the ass to like set everything properly up. Accessibility settings can be accessed from the main menu. Okay. All right. That's simple. I like it.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered
exciting,
it Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job. And Stanley was happy.
But that's basically what it is, right?
And then one day, something very peculiar happened. Something that would forever change Stanley. Something he would never quite forget. He had been at his desk for nearly an hour when he realized that not one single order had arrived on the monitor for him to follow. No one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened, this complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen solid, Stanley found himself unable to move for the longest time. But as he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office.
That's what I'm doing. Okay. GPU, are you fine? I think so. So far, at least. Oh god, this is too fast. I think this is good. Alright.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Oh, this is on hold. I like that. You know, usually games, especially horror games, they have crouch on toggle. And I hate it. And sometimes you can't, like, turn it off or switch it. Oh, Jesus. This is, these are a lot of rooms. You said what? Meeting room? I think it's too loud. Hold on. Let me push this a little back. Because at first the mic was like super quiet. But then... Oh, in the last video it was probably just one side because I didn't put it on mono. It was on stereo, and on stereo, for whatever reason, only the right side.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Now this is what I like about this game. I've seen a short video a very while ago. I have not seen any like full gameplay, playthrough or something. But what I really liked about this game, what piqued my interest, is you have a choice, no matter what the narrator says. I can still go right.
This was not the correct way to the meeting room, and Stanley knew it perfectly well. Perhaps he wanted to stop by the employee lounge first, just to admire it.
See, this is what I like about the game. You've never seen this before. I'm sure you didn't. I'm sure this is the first game that actually does something like this. And I also like the way the narrator speaks.
Ah, yes, truly a room worth admiring. It had really been worth the detour after all, just to spend a few moments here in this immaculate, beautifully constructed room. Stanley simply stood here, drinking it all in.
So what would happen if I would actually just stand here?
Yes, really, really worth it being here in the room. A room so utterly captivating that even though all your co-workers have mysteriously vanished, here you sit looking at these chairs and some paintings. Really worth it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But eager to get back to business, Stanley took the first open door on his left.
Alright, okay. I don't know how long this game is. But the first thing I did was not listen to what he actually told me to do. I might play the second playthrough. What we could do is we just literally ignore everything he says. We literally do the opposite of what he's telling us. As far as we can. But we're not gonna do that now.
So he detoured
Let's
through
listen
the
to what he
basement
says.
section, walked straight ahead to the opposite door, and got back on track.
Oh, I could push this button probably. Right, this could be pretty interesting. So where am I going now? Tips for getting fired.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief,
Oh, that's the
Stanley
meeting room.
decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Rip fronts. Fronts! Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Such a pointless slideshow. Right, let's get going.
Stanley stepped into the broom closet, but there was nothing here, so he turned around and got back on track.
You did. Indeed.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Alright. Boss? Hello? Mr. Pinkel Schwartz? Oh, the executive bathroom. Let's go inside. I got the feeling money for stealing, but not yours, of course. Say that's a lady purse. What? Is that a song title? I got the feeling. It's not the song. Ah, fuck, come on. And I got a feeling Ooh. A little closer. I don't know how loud it is, so we'll just have to hope for the best.
Stepping
Boss!
into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2, 8, 4.
Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay. And I did what? Uh-oh. F flashlight. Would I have been able to go up? I don't know.
Descending deeper into the building, Stanley realized he felt a bit peculiar. It was a stirring of emotion in his chest, as though he felt more free to think for himself, to question the nature of his job. Why did he feel this now, when for years it had never occurred to him? This question would not go unanswered for long.
Okay. Whoa. Alright. Yeah, I need coffee. Alright.
Stanley walked straight ahead
shit.
to the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
Okay. That's I think that's one of the famous pictures I've seen with the mind control facility thing. So what do we do? Mind control or escape? Mind control. Okay. Let's do some mind control. Bing!
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens. What horrible secret did this place hold? Stanley thought to himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
I don't know. Let's find out. Can I run? No, I can't even jump. Cameras. What does it say? I hate Mondays. Oh yeah. Who doesn't, right? I guess people who don't work.
Now the monitors jumped to life, their true nature revealed. Each bore the number of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers. The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place where freedom meant nothing.
What number was I? I forgot. Two? Something with 2. Yeah, this is probably a CIA building. 2 something.
This mind control facility, it was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly? No. He refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never! It was unthinkable, wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Oh, yes, he probably has.
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working. All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in, Stanley decided that this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he would dismantle the controls once and for all.
Okay. Why can am I not supposed to see my crosshair or something? Hold on. Turn this up a bit. Oh, and this is definitely up as well. I don't know about this game. Oh. Show reticle. Yes. Okay. Oh yeah, that's way better. Now I can reduce the DPI. Yeah, that's better. So I'm doing what now? Dismantle. 5. What does 5 mean? 5? What? GPU is still fine? Yeah. Okay.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for. Blackness and a rising chill of uncertainty. Was it over?
You tell me.
Yes. He had won. He had defeated the machine, unshackled himself from someone else's command. Freedom was mere moments away. And yet, even as the immense door slowly opened, Stanley reflected on how many puzzles still lay unsolved. Where had his co-workers gone? How had he been freed from the machine's grasp? What other mysteries did this strange building hold?
Did I actually finish it? No?
As sunlight streamed into the chamber, he realized none of this mattered to him, for it was not knowledge or even power that he had been seeking, but happiness. Perhaps his goal had not been to understand, but to let go. No longer would anyone tell him where to go, what to do, or how to feel. Whatever life he lives, it will be his. And that was all he needed to know. It was perhaps the only thing worth knowing. Stanley stepped through the open door.
Why is right mouse click walk?
Stanley felt the cool breeze upon his skin, the feeling of liberation, the immense possibility of the new path before him. This was exactly the way, right now, that things were meant to happen. And Stanley was happy.
Oh, I actually beat it. That's actually it. Okay. 427. That's my name. Yeah, name. That's my employee number. Alright, let's keep going.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had
Let's
simply
continue.
missed a memo.
Let's continue.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, let's do exactly what he says. Every time. And then I make another run where I don't do what he's telling me. Was it? I don't know. It was very short because I was not supposed to probably do that, right? So let's follow his instructions, follow the narrator, and see what happens.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Yeah.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Indeed. Whoa. The hell? The fuck is that picture? What? Look at that. He's putting a gun on a panda? Who the fuck does that? Alright, we'll do what he says. We're not going in there.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication
What
of
the
any
fuck is that
life.
picture, bro?
What did it mean? Stanley wondered aloud to nobody. He began wildly tearing through papers on the boss's desk.
Oh, that's
pulling books
different.
off the shelf, looking behind paintings, desperate for clues to his situation. But his attention was caught by a keypad behind the boss's desk. What could its purpose be? In fact, this keypad guarded the terrible secret that lay buried below his feet. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this.
2845.
Stanley just sat around twiddling, yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
Okay, we can't go up. I was wondering the first time if you can go up, but since the only one button light up, so. Okay.
Stanley walked straight ahead through the large door that read Mind Control Facility.
I think this is where the game actually really gets going. Because if I remember correctly, it was getting kind of weird even.
The lights rose on an enormous room packed with television screens.
So we do this, we turn the mind control machine on this time.
Hold, Stanley thought
And see what
to
happens.
himself. Did he have the strength to find out?
And on the next run, I probably go escape. And since I really want to make like a one-part video and a rather short video,
Now the
I probably leave it at this and do a second video on the escape run.
Of an employee in the building, Stanley's co-workers.
What's that?
The lives of so many individuals reduced to images on a screen, and Stanley, one of them, eternally monitored in this place
Eternal to what?
where freedom meant nothing.
I don't know why
This mind
walk is on the
control
red
facility,
button.
It was too horrible to believe. It couldn't be true. Had Stanley really been under someone's control all this time? Was this the only reason he was happy with his boring job? That his emotions had been manipulated to accept it blindly?
I forgot the number again. What number I am? Pirate. What?
No. He
No.
refused to believe it. He couldn't accept it. His own life in someone else's control? Never. It was unthinkable. Wasn't it? Was it even possible? Had he truly spent his entire life utterly blind to the world?
Lucy! She's coming. Come. Say hello to the boys and girls. Come. Lucy, come. You're allowed to go on, you're allowed on the desk. Never mind. It's fine, Lucy. Yeah, come. Are you hesitant because you're not allowed up here?
But here was the proof. The heart of the operation. Controls labeled with emotions. Happy, or sad, or content. Walking, eating, working.
Where?
All of it monitored and commanded from this very place. And as the cold reality of his past began to sink in,
I think there are 5
Stanley
buttons. Should I
decided
press
that
them?
this machinery would never again exert its terrible power over another human life. For he
1.
would dismantle the controls once
2.
and for all.
Let's press all the buttons. Let's see if anything happens when you press them. It's 3. Let's find 4. That's 5. Where is 4? Wouldn't there be a 4 somewhere as well? Hello? 4? Where is number 4? Huh? What? There's no number 4? Oh, up there. Oh, okay, okay. Maybe something happens if you push them. I mean, you even have to go up the stairs in order to push. Wait, what? Oh, that's not cool, man. Damn. Alright, okay. We'll turn it on this time. And see what happens.
And when at last he found the source of the room's power, he knew it was his duty, his obligation, to put an end to this horrible place and to everything it stood for. Oh, Stanley, you didn't just activate the controls, did you? After they kept you enslaved all these years, you go and you try to take control of the machine for yourself. Is that what you wanted? Control? Oh, Stanley, I applaud your effort, I really do. But you need to understand, there's only so much that machine can do. You were supposed to let it go, turn the controls off, and leave. If you want to throw my story off track, you're going to have to do much better than that. I'm afraid you don't have nearly the power you think you do. For example, and I believe you'll find this pertinent, Stanley suddenly realized he had just initiated the network's emergency detonation system. In the event that this machine is activated without proper DNA identification, nuclear detonators are set to explode, eliminating the entire complex. How long until detonation then? Let's say, 2 minutes. Ah, now this is making things a little more fun, isn't it, Stanley? It's your time to shine. You are the star. It's your story now.
Oh shit.
Shape it to your heart's desires. Oh, this is much better than what I had in mind. What a shame we have so little time left to enjoy it. Mere moments until the bomb goes off. But what precious moments each one of them is. More time to talk about you.
Yeah,
about
it's open.
me, where we're going. What
Let's
all
try
this
that.
means. I barely know where to
1,
start.
2.
What's that? You'd like to know where your co-workers are? A moment of solace before you're obliterated? All right, I'm in a good mood. You're gonna die anyway. I'll tell you
3.
exactly what happened to them. I erased them. I turned off the machine. I set you free.
Oh
Of
shit.
course, that was merely in this instance of the story. Sometimes when I tell it, I simply let you sit there in your office forever,
4.
pushing buttons endlessly and then dying alone. Other times, I let the office sink into the ground, swallowing everyone inside, or I let it burn to a crisp. I have to say this, though, this version of events has been rather amusing.
He's playing God, man.
Watching you try to make sense
5.
of everything and take back the control wrested away from you, it's quite rich. I almost hate to see it go. But I'm sure
Alright, it
whatever
didn't do
I come
anything.
up with on the next go-around will be even better. My goodness, only 34 seconds left. But I'm enjoying this so much. You know what? To hell with it. I'm going to put some extra time on the clock, why not? These are precious additional seconds, Stanley. Time doesn't grow on trees.
Wait,
Oh
what?
dear me, what's the matter, Stanley? Is it
Fail
that you
safe.
have no idea where you're going or what you're supposed to be doing right now?
Yeah.
You just assume when you saw that timer that something in this room was capable of turning it off. I mean, look at you. Running from button to button, screen to screen, clicking on every little thing in this room. These numbered buttons. No, these colored ones. Or maybe this
These
red
numbered
button. Or this door. Everything, anything, something here will save me. Why would you think that, Stanley? That this video game can be beaten? Won? Solved? Do you have any idea what your purpose in this place is? Stanley, you're in for quite a disappointment. But here's a spoiler for you. That timer isn't a catalyst to keep the action moving along. It's just seconds ticking away to your death. You're only still playing instead of watching a cutscene because I want to watch you for every moment that you're powerless.
Oh my
To see you made
this is so cool. I
This
like
is not
it.
a challenge. It's a
5.
tragedy. You wanted to control this world,
Huh?
that's fine.
Wait, what?
But I'm going to destroy it first, so you can't.
Goodbye,
Take a
employee.
look at the clock, Stanley. That's 30 seconds you have left to struggle. 30 seconds until a big boom and then nothing.
It says
No
5.
ending here, just you being blown to pieces. Will you cling desperately to your frail life, or will you let it go peacefully? Another choice. Make it count, or don't. It's all the same to me, all a part of the joke. And believe me, I will be laughing at every second of your inevitable life from the moment we fade in until the moment I
One
say,
screen said
"Clear."
5. Whoa. He's still talking. Well, everything is exploding. That's actually it. Right, that was interesting. I really like this game. I really like it. It didn't disappoint. Alright, guys. Let's make a cut here. Really like it. Really loving this game. Eager to play the escape run. So... let's call this the mind control ending. And in the next one, we'll just do the escape run and see what happens. I think that's where the game actually just really gets going and all these things I can't even remember happening. So, anyway. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. It was pretty fun. Really like this. Props to the devs for making such a... It's super funny. I like the narrator. It is, super nice. I like it. So anyway, if you do me a favor, like the video, it really helps, especially a small channel like this. I mean, everyone knows how YouTube works. Just help the algorithm a bit. Like, subscribe if you haven't yet. Also helps a lot. It's just one click. I hope I see you in the escape run. Till then, peace out. Subscribe to my channel.